What's going on, traders? Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're watching this week and where you think the markets are headed. We're going to break it down in this video, so stay tuned and hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more about supply and demand trading. Short, so not much info there, but as expected, price is continuing this downtrend that we've been seeing. I've been calling this out. We have new supply right here at 90.58. I don't like this supply zone. I personally wouldn't even take this a supply zone that looks like this, to be honest, because it kind of just looks like a pivot point. But that being said, the US dollar continues to be weak, and I do expect it to go even lower. So we'll see what opportunities we can find on the pairs, so stay tuned for that. All right, on to EURUSD. The past week, the banks added 8,900 longs and added about 3,000 short positions as well, but still adding to their longs, which is good for me because I am in EURUSD. I've taken a couple positions, one right here, one up here, and then another one kind of up here. And I'll show you the trades I took. I took this 4-hour trade, so I still hold a position at this 4-hour demand right here. It came back down. It looks like it's still going to hold. We'll have to see. Hopefully it does because my targets are pretty high up. And as of now, I wouldn't really be buying the euro right now. What I'd wait for is for new highs to be made and then wait for some sort of demand zone like that where you can place your order up here and have a stop loss down here like that and get a good risk to reward because targets on the weekly exceed these highs up here for me. So at least 1.24 is my ultimate target for sure. So right now, if you're going to get in long, like I said, I'd wait to see new demand being formed as price breaks this high. And if you're interested, check out the Patreon. You can get all my chart analysis, all my zones, trend lines, and all that stuff for only $5 cap per month. So check that out. The link is in the description. All right, on to AUDUSD, the Aussie dollar. The past week, the banks added about they got rid of about 1,300 longs and about 1,800 shorts as well. Never really too much to go off the call report there with the Aussie dollar. And this whole price action is just sideways. As you can see, price had this nice push up, and then it's just been kind of sideways. And clearly, in my opinion, the whales, the biggest institutions, are just accumulating a position. And in my opinion, it's to the upside. So you could get in long, small risk, but in my opinion, I would wait for this daily supply to be removed like this, and then you could look for new demand being formed like that. But you're going to have to see an uptrend. You're going to have to see new highs being formed, in my opinion. Then you could draw your trend line, whatever. Then you'd have an uptrend. Then I would feel comfortable buying. But right now, this is just a pair that I'm completely staying away from. I'm not even really going to go down to the smaller time frame because it's just not a pair you want to be trading. You don't really want to be trading in a whole range like this. You want to see higher highs, higher lows, like kind of like this price action right here. So for me, I'm just waiting on the Aussie dollar. There's many better opportunities. On to GBPUSD, the banks got rid of 1,900 longs and added about 1,300 short positions. As you can see, we're kind of in an uptrend here. I definitely want to see this high be removed before taking any positions in the pound. Right now, I just don't see any opportunities. I'm pretty sure we're in some sort of weekly supply up here as well, so not the best time to be buying. But you could. But in my opinion, I want to see, like I said, this high be removed. Kind of similar to everything else. I want to see a nice push up, and then have nice demand being formed like right there. And then you could look for confirmation in this zone like that. If you don't know what confirmation is, check out my video, Confirmation Trading 101. It's pretty straightforward. You'll basically see exactly what I'm doing. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for in the pound. Like I said, it's similar to the Aussie dollar where it's just ranging like this. But we are pushing up a little higher, which is a good sign. So I think that the pound will have a setup before the Aussie dollar does. So this is definitely one that's on my list, thinking that there could be a trade in the next week or 2 weeks. If price does come down to this area of the daily demand, like I talked about in the last forecast, I will look for confirmation on the 1 hour in that zone. But as of now, so right now, I'm not looking to short it at all. So I'm either waiting for new high to be formed or for price to come down here to this demand zone, and I'm just going to be waiting to see when that happens. All right, on to USDJPY. The banks added 3,694 longs and got rid of 5,000 shorts on this pair. which is kind of weird. We've talked about how this 4-hour demand has been holding up price for a while now. So if you're on the 4-hour chart, price is clearly ranging, nothing that I like to trade in. So I would be waiting for at least this to be removed if you want to go in short. I'm personally not going to be shorting the US dollar at all. On this pair, I just don't like it. It hasn't even been on my radar at all whatsoever. Gonna have to wait for this daily, this daily demand down here to be removed to looking to get into short. But if a nice zone forms that breaks this zone right here, then I will look to get in if this zone does get broken, because clearly this is what's holding up price. We kind of just have, this support right here, resistance is up there. So if you're a buy high or buy low, sell high kind of guy, then this is your market. For me, it's not. I want to see this breakout like that, then I'll look to get into the short side if it does. Like I said, I'm not interested in buying the dollar, so I have no interest in going long on this pair right now. All right, on to USDCAD. The past week, the banks got rid of 4,000 shorts and 4,000 longs and added 2,600 shorts, which basically still confirms our thesis about the USDCAD that it will be getting weaker. So I'm on the 4-hour. I'm not seeing much right here. It's still kind of just going a little sideways. So like I said, with a lot of the other pairs, I'm just waiting. I want to see price push down like that and then see what remove that. Maybe get a nice shorting setup there. So for now, like I said, just waiting for this to push down. I don't like any of these areas to short up here because it is looking like price could pull back. But in that situation, when price is sideways, it's really hard to tell what zone is going to hold. Clearly, we had a supply zone here that's held pretty nicely for a while. Even if you go on the 1 hour, it's still very sideways. So basically waiting for that nice big shoot down. And then I'm interested in, I'll even go down to a 1 hour, 15-minute time frame as well. Looking at the daily, there's not too much either, but this could be a pair I will add to my US dollar short position long term. But right now, I just haven't been able to find an entry in USD CAD. But like I said, it's definitely on my watch list. Definitely interested in taking shorts on this pair. But like I said, just need to kind of wait to see for a new downtrend to be formed like that before getting in any trades. All right, on to USDCHF, the Swiss franc. The past week, the banks added 2,100 longs and added 735 shorts as well. Right now, we're at demand, so I'm not interested in shorting this pair. The US dollar could continue to fall on the dollar index, but we could see this react off this demand. So shorting is probably not the best idea right now. So I will be waiting for that to be removed, and there really isn't even any setups on the 4 hour. You do have a downtrend on the 4 hour, but I don't want to be shorting up here at these levels because they're kind of tested levels from before, right? So like I said, wait for this daily demand to be removed, and then I think shorting is completely fine. If price does manage to come up here to this supply zone, I might look for 1 hour confirmation in there. It's gone down pretty far now where it might not work out. But I'd much rather just see this continue to fall. The US dollar continues to fall. And if I get a quality 4 hour, 1 hour, or a daily supply zone to look to get in short, then, I'll definitely take it. But for now, just like a lot of the other pairs, this week's kind of just a waiting week in my opinion. All right, on to gold. The past week, the banks added 8,100 longs and added 1,400 shorts, which is a good sign for us and the Patreon members because they know that I've been talking about how gold is probably going to be moving up. We have a supply zone right here that I definitely would keep an eye out for, and even a little bit above you could also call supply. So I'd watch out for that, and right now I wouldn't really be buying in my opinion. You definitely could. There was some setups down here, one that I missed because I was sleeping. I just didn't want to put a limit order, but that was a great trade setup. I wanted to take it, and it just happened like at 5 a.m., so I wasn't awake to place the order. I don't really like having orders overnight, but that was just a perfect trade if you wanted to get in long on gold. But as of now, I don't, I'd be very careful. We are in some sort of weekly supply now like this, so I'd be very careful buying. I kind of want to stay away from buying now and wait for 1980 at least to be hit, or 2000, and then hopefully by that time we will have that uptrend where I will feel more comfortable buying gold. I'm still accumulating physical, I always do, but as of now for trading, it's really not the best idea to be buying. In my opinion, I want to see a nice push up higher first, maybe see some more US dollar weakness, and then, we could look to get in long. All right, on to oil. The past week, the banks got rid of 37,000 longs and 16,000 short positions as well. This is just an ugly looking chart. I was hoping to see oil, push up, break these highs like that. It never happened. So we are still in this very annoying range right here. And, like I talk about, I don't like the trading in these ranges. I hate it. I've tried it before. It doesn't work. I still will occasionally. Usually doesn't work though. We have new supply right here. I don't expect it to hold. I definitely wouldn't be shorting oil. But you could technically look for a confirmation in this area. I just don't think it'll work. What I'm waiting for, and I think it will happen, is we'll make that new high, create that uptrend, and then maybe start to get in long at like 68, 69 area. And, oil is probably going to go much higher in my opinion. So for now, like I said, still waiting. A lot of these pairs are just going sideways. A lot of sideways action. And I think from what I've learned, it's just best to be patient and wait for trends to be formed, and then we can start to look for positions to get into. Alright everyone, thanks again for watching this week's Forex forecast. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well if you don't mind. I really appreciate all the support. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're looking at this week, and maybe we can get in touch and you can send me a chart and let me know what you're looking at. I always like looking at charts. So with that being said, let's have a great trading week and let's make some money. Cheers.